Hi friends! I can't believe we are only a couple days until Christmas. So I have been busy baking up a storm. I love to make homemade gifts for my friends and family and neighbors at Christmas time, or actually any time of year. But one of my favorite things to make at Christmas is special breads. And I usually make a Swedish tea ring. And last year I came across a recipe for star bread. And so I made some star breads and they were so easy and they looked so impressive and they were such a hit with everybody. So that's what I'm making again this year. And I am making this bread even easier and quicker by incorporating my bread machine. So you're going to love this. I'm going to give you some different ways that you can use this amazing recipe for either sweet or savory. And I think you're going to love it as much as we all do. I'm using Red Star yeast for my bread. This is the best bread yeast in my opinion. I've been using it for probably, almost 10 years now. And I love it because it is such a strong yeast that I actually don't even need to use as much yeast as what the recipe calls for. So I buy my Red Star yeast at Costco, and as you can see, it's a huge bag. So I just put some in a canning jar, I put the lid on the jar, store the jar in the refrigerator, and then the rest of the yeast goes into the freezer in a Ziploc bag. So I've just added 1/3 cup of melted butter, and I am now going to take 1 cup of milk and I'm going to put it in the microwave for about a minute because I want my milk to be warm. Once it's warm, it goes into the bread machine. Next, I like to add a teaspoon of vanilla. I think that's a little bit of a secret to really yummy sweet breads. In a side dish, I am cracking an egg. I always like to crack my egg separately, make sure there's no shells, and you need to use 2 eggs for this recipe. Give them a little whisk with your fork and then add them to your bread machine. Now that all my liquids are in the bread pan, I'm just giving them a good stir with my fork. Next, I'm adding 1/2 cup of regular white sugar. Then I'm going to be adding 4 cups of flour, and I'm just using all-purpose flour for this recipe. Usually I add my flour before the sugar, and for this particular batch, I got it reversed and it still turned out really well. But as a general rule of thumb, I add my flour and then I add my sugar. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, and then the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of yeast, but as I mentioned earlier, because I use Red Star yeast, I only put in 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. And then that's it. Close that lid, put it on the dough cycle, and for my machine, that's an hour and a half. After an hour and a half, I have the most beautiful dough to proceed on this recipe with. I've floured my counter and now I'm just putting my dough on top of that flour. Look at that, it's so soft, it's not sticky, it is the most beautiful light dough. I like to have everything ready before I start rolling my dough, so I'm going to pull in a big pizza pan and I'm just going to put a piece of parchment on it. Ordinarily I use my stoneware pizza pan from Pampered Chef, but it doesn't matter, either will work. And put your parchment paper on. Then you need to figure out which jam you want to use if you're using jam. I'm using some homemade blackcurrant jam or jelly. You can use, actually this is full berry jam, and I actually specifically made this for this bread so that I could have the beautiful berries showing, but you can use jelly as well. You can use cinnamon and brown sugar, you can use Nutella, or you can do this savory and cut back on your sugar by 1/4 cup in your bread dough, and then add pesto and Parmesan cheese and just get really creative with this bread. But we're sticking with the sweet bread today. So I've divided my bread dough into 4 equal pieces, and now I'm just rolling it out thinly in a circular shape. This is a beautiful bread dough to work with. It's not stiff, it's not a heavy dough. It's just such a nice, light, workable dough. So once you've got it into your circle shape, you're going to put that onto your pan. Now I'm putting on a layer of my blackcurrant jam. And like I said earlier, my friends, you can use any kind of jam. I made some star breads using my strawberry peach jam, using some of my marmalade zucchini jam. I did some star breads where I did a layer of each different jam, which looked beautiful when the bread was twisted. I actually made 12 star breads this year to give away as gifts. So I think I can make this bread in my sleep. And at New Year's, I am going to be making some savory versions of this bread. So come back and watch that. I'll be sharing that with you soon, because that is going to be a beautiful appetizer you're going to want to make again and again. So you just keep repeating the layers. You're going to put that second layer of bread dough on top, put your jam, put your third layer of bread dough on top, put your jam, and then you're going to put your last layer of bread dough on top. And then this is where the magic really happens. You're going to put a glass in the center, or you can use a cookie cutter just to kind of give you a visual of where the center is on your bread, and take a pizza cutter. I really recommend a pizza cutter. It makes it so easy. And you're just going to divide the bread in half. Then you're going to divide the bread in half again. So imagine on your clock, you're 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. Then you're going to half each section once more, which is going to give you a total of 8 triangles. But then you're going to half each one of those triangles, so you have a total of 16 triangles. And then we're just going to twist them up. Easy peasy. Now, this part is actually really fun, and I want to point out, you don't have to worry if your bread dough layers don't all match the same size, because when I'm twisting, any layer that might be a little smaller than the other bread dough layers, I just pull that and then pinch it all together. So you can't go wrong with this. Don't get hung up on making it perfect, because it's going to come out looking amazing. You see here, and you see that bottom layer wasn't quite the same, right, in length. So I just pulled it, and then you twist to the outsides twice or even 3 times. And some of my star breads, I'll do it 3 times. Some I'll just twist it twice. And either way, it's just going to look spectacular. And you just work your way around, just take your time and pinch everything together at the end. If you put too much jam in between your layers, it's going to get really messy. How do I know that? Because it happens to me every time, and it's fine. It's still going to look beautiful. But I'm just letting you know, when it comes to doing the twisty part, if you have too much jam, it will get a little bit messy. But if that happens to you, don't worry. It's just gonna be fine. So just continue all the way around to make your beautiful star. You're going to let your bread rest for 20 minutes, and you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now, this part is optional. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but I'm brushing the top of my bread with 1 beaten egg combined with 1 tablespoon of water. And then I'm going to sprinkle on some sliced almonds. Sometimes I also sprinkle on some coarse sugar as well, or just the coarse sugar and not the almonds. Sometimes I'll just use the egg wash, and sometimes I don't do any of it. I just put the bread in straight. So it's completely up to you how you want to do it. It's just going to be fantastic. And I'm going to bake this for approximately 20 to 25 minutes, usually more towards the 25-minute mark, because you want to make sure that center of your bread is cooked through. It's a thicker layer with all the layers of the dough and jam. So 25 minutes is usually my magic number, and that's when it comes out of the oven and it looks incredible. And I'm going to switch this from the baking pan over to a cooling rack and let it sit and get cool before I put on the icing sugar. It's amazing how the icing sugar just transforms this bread even more and just makes it look so pretty. I wasn't sure, should I call this a star bread or call it the snowflake bread, because I've seen both online. It's the same thing. And I just love this bread. It's so versatile. You could use some mincemeat. Oh my gosh, I'm going to make a pizza bread. And what I like to do if I'm not eating this bread right away is I will take off a piece of the bread and warm it up in the microwave for just a few seconds, put a little butter on it if you want to sprinkle some more icing sugar on it, and it is just delightful with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, a glass of eggnog. Either way, I think you're going to love this as much as me, my husband, and our friends and family do. I hope this video shows you just how easy and flexible this star bread really is. And once you know the method, you can change it up for the fillings and use it for so many different occasions, sweet, savory, or somewhere in between. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I'd be so happy to have you join me here. Thanks so much for spending a little time with me today, and until next time, take care, and remember, life is short, so make the most of that dash in between. See you again soon.